the 10th of April 2022, Chad Madewell was arrested and charged with the murder of his 80-year-old grandmother, Judith Madewell. The events unfolded at just before 4 p.m. on the 9th of April, located at Judith's home at 16,162 Golden Sands Drive in Houston, Texas. Judith's family contacted the authorities after looking through a window and finding her unresponsive body lying on the floor. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a glass sliding door smashed and Judith's lifeless and battered body in the living room, with multiple blunt force trauma injuries to her head, and an investigation into her death was launched. When detectives spoke with relatives, they learned that Judith's 30-year-old grandson, Chad Madewell, was wanted by the Grimes County Sheriff's Office for assaulting his father on the 7th of March. Judith's neighbours told the investigators they had seen Chad's vehicle around her home on the 8th of April. The authorities searched for Chad and located him on the morning of the 10th of April, roughly 6 miles away from Judith's home in the 12,700 block of Jarvis Road in Cypress, Texas. He fled into a nearby wooded area and was eventually captured. While questioned, he admitted to killing his grandmother and assaulting his father. He was determined that Chad deliberately caused Judith's death by striking her over the head with an object in the course of committing a burglary. He's held at the Harris County Jail without bail and faces charges of burglary, assault and capital murder. Chad has an extensive criminal history that dates back to 2009. He's previously been charged with criminal trespassing, grievous bodily harm to a family member, and resisting arrest. 25-year-old Katie Foster has been charged with murder after running a man over with his own car following a confrontation with him. The incident occurred at around 3 p.m. in the 1200 block of Maiden Choice Lane in Arbutus, Maryland, when neighbours found a man pinned under a car, abandoned by the driver of the vehicle. The man was identified as 52-year-old Joseph Dawson. He was rushed to the hospital, but died a short time later. The police said they believe it was no accident, but deliberate act. They had surveillance video footage and cell phone evidence that pointed to Katie as a suspect, and they traced her down and arrested her. Following Katie's arrest, she told police that she and Joseph knew each other, and that afternoon they smoked coke together. A little later, he started propositioning her for action. When she declined, they started arguing, and she got into another man's car. Joseph then chased him in his car when he got into a physical fight with the other man on Maiden Choice Lane, near the intersection of Leeds Avenue. Katie then jumped into Joseph's car and hit the accelerator. She then ran into Joseph and started dragging him for a bit before getting out and jumping into the other man's car and fleeing from the scene, leaving Joseph pinned under his own car. Katie's charged with murder. She's held at the Baltimore County Detention Center without bond. The authorities said there could be charges filed against the other man involved in the incident. On the 6th of April 2022, 33-year-old David James Ellison of Bluffton, South Carolina, was sentenced to 30 years in prison for performing lewd acts on a 22-month-old toddler and live streaming the assaults to another man over Skype. David admitted he assaulted the baby approximately 5 times between September and December 2019. The case came to the authorities' attention when David's wife discovered the images and messages on his tablet between David and 52-year-old UK resident Andrew McPherson Young. David's wife notified the police in 2020, and David was arrested. The authorities used Andrew's IP address to track his location to Littlehampton, West Sussex. Andrew admitted to instructing David how to assault the child while he watched the abuse over Skype. Andrew is currently being prosecuted in the UK.